All right, welcome everyone to our first product presentation, new product presentation. We're really excited to introduce you today the new Ghee product that we've been developing as a team. We have Kate Walker on the phone with us and Vish Dahiya. How do you say your last name, Vish?
Yeah, it's Vishtaya.
I think I pronounced it right then.
Oh yeah, you're right, Kevin.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry about that, everyone. We just had to pause real quick and figure out how to change the slides, but we should have it all figured out now. So again, welcome back, everyone. This is the Ghee new product presentation, and we have Vish Dahiya and Kate Walker on the phone on the line as well with us. And we're going to go through a quick product presentation just to introduce the features, benefits, use cases of Ghee so that you can be educated not only within the company, but when we are out in the marketplace. So I'm going to hand it over to Vish for a little bit about the history, and then Vish and Kate are going to switch off, and it'll be about a 20 to 25-minute presentation. So Vish, you want to take over and give us a little background
Yeah,
on
yes,
Ghee?
Kevin. So, ghee is like a class of clarified butter that originated in India. So, for me, like it was like a product that I've grown up around. So it's a product which every household uses in India. Like they just make it at their home in small batches, use it for everything. So they don't use butter a lot, but instead they use ghee. And over this, like like a lot of studies has been conducted in India and about the historical thing, and they found that it has a lot of benefit, like including ghee in your diet. It has a lot of benefit in that. So it's a like major part of diet. So it's not like just an extra product or like a supplement product. It's a part of their balanced diet. And it's like a lot of the ancient books and ancient scholars, they have mentioned the ghee as a part of pure that was used in old days when they were like a lot of people like using this as a like sign of purity because it's like the purest form of fat. So it has like it's called, and like they refer to a term in Hindi that is called Sattvic, and it's called as like it's like regarded as most pure form. And when you look at it in the liquid form, it looks like a gold in the container. So like it's a, like a really good product and really regarded as a like a part of like pure product that they use. So I'll move on to next slide.
So is ghee healthy for you? Yes. Regular consumption of pure ghee enhances physical and mental strength and keeps the body healthy. It also helps in taking out the impurities from the body. It does this because it's rich in high density lipoproteins. They assist in the removal of low density lipoproteins. Low density lipoproteins are associated with heart disease. So it's really positive to have so many high density lipoproteins to remove the low density lipoproteins from the bloodstream. Ghee also enhances eyesight. It helps muscular and tendon health. Ghee is very rich in antioxidants and it aids in nutrient absorption. So ghee is helpful in the absorption of nutrients and vitamins from other food deeper into the cells of the body. Next slide, please.
So I'll go over the science part. That is like so pure ghee when you are having the pure ghee, it contains only those fatty acids or saturated fatty acids that are primarily like short chain fatty acids. So 89% of the ghee is consists of short chain fatty acids. It's entirely different from any form of other animal fat that people use for cooking, and because of this so short chain fatty acid, it's really digestible. So body is able to break those short chain fatty acids very easily, and body that fat chain is used as a source of energy for the body. So it is considered to be really healthy fat. So short chain fatty acids are able to be digested and absorbed directly from the stomach. Like due to the short chain, they are directly absorbed in the body. The main health benefit of short chain fatty acid is that they are used as a food by our colon cells and are therefore essential for various colonic functions you enjoy in our daily life. So like ghee has like 89% of their total fat in the form of short chain fatty acids. So it's really easy to digest. It doesn't have any other material apart from those short chain fatty acids. It has all the healthy fatty acids, and it's really easier to digest. And body takes it up and makes into energy. So it's really good source of energy or instant source of energy, we can say.
Yeah.
Next slide, please.
We start with raw milk. Then it goes through a pasteurization process to form cream. Then there's the churning process to form butter. Then there's the heat clarification process. That is a process of time and temperature in order to form ghee.
And currently
Next slide.
we're making it in Crescent City facility, and we got a nice steam kettle that we're working with there. And we're able to fit about 4 blocks of 40-pound butter into the steam kettle currently. And how long did it take us, guys, last time we made it for the first run? It for the milk solids to boil off. How long was that until we had the liquid ghee ready?
The first run was longer than the second run, and the first run consisted of less butter.
Yeah.
However, the second run was more of an accurate run.
Yeah.
So at 160 pounds in the kettle at over 220 degrees, it was around about an hour and a half.
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect.
And that producing, you start with 160 pounds of butter, and you end up producing, well, 1,600 ounces of ghee.
Right. So it's about a 75% yield, right, Kate? Something close to
Right.
that. Yep. Cool.
Right.
Vish, you want to take us through this slide?
Oh yeah.
Or Kate?
So uses and benefits. So as you mentioned before, ghee is used as excellent cooking medium because it doesn't break down in high heat, break down at high heat like many other cooking oil does. So which results in free radicals, and they are free radicals like they adds up to trans fats. And trans fat has been considered as like really bad for our body, which can in some cases can cause cancer and really heart disease like other heart diseases. So excellent point about the using of ghee is it doesn't break down into even at high temperature, at high heat, into a free radical, and it's like all the fat is available in that form, so it doesn't break down into free radicals. So and ghee has like really high smoke point, and it will neither smoke or nor burn when cooked, and it has like smoke point of 482 degrees, so it won't change. It won't result into free radicals at even at the high temperature, so it's still useful. Kate, you want to add something to it?
I don't think so. Thank you, Dave.
Okay. So Kate, are you going over this or should I?
Oh, please go, Vish.
Okay. So The body needs certain fats in its diet in order to perform vital functions, including protecting the stomach wall from digestive acids, building and strengthening cell membranes, and supporting nerve, skin, and brain health. So, as Kate also mentioned before, that it is like ghee is really important and vital food, like which you can use for the for which aids in digestion, which aids in building strength membranes and supporting your nerves and skin and brain health. And the fat in ghee provides these benefits without any of the trans fats, hydrogenated oil or oxidized cholesterol of butter and other oils. So when you like use other fats like butter, oil, or other oils or any of other animal fat, it breaks down into radicals, and as like trans fats are produced, radical of trans fats or other trans fats form of fats are produced. So it ghee doesn't break down into that thing, and it's really beneficial because of that. It's useful and it's all healthy fat over there. So next slide, please.
There are many uses for ghee. A common use is in beauty aid for hair and skin. You can apply it directly to your hair and directly to your skin in order to soothe problemed or troubled skin and or dry skin. It's great in skin absorption as well as for dry and or brittle hair. It also has high antibacterial qualities, so it's great for cuts and burns and blisters applied directly to the cut, burn, and blister. It's a great baking substitute for butter. However, it's not a directly one-to-one baking substitute for butter because the water has been removed. So in substitution for butter in baking, it's you would usually, if you used 1 cup of butter, you would use 3/4 of a cup of ghee. It also is a good substitute for vegetable shortening in baking because vegetable shortening does have more oil. Less oil. You would use, if you were to use 1 cup of vegetable shortening in baking, you would use 1/2 cup of ghee. If your baking calls for oil, you would use the same ratio of ghee as you would of oil in your baking. It's good for sauteing and roasting vegetables because of the high smoke point. And it's also very good for searing meats. So searing your beefs and fish are great because it doesn't burn in the pan. It's also a great coffee creamer and thickener substitute. It's great for in teas because of its lactose and casein-free quality. That makes it a great substitute for creamer. It's great for cooking eggs, particularly frying eggs, because of its high smoke point again, and it doesn't burn. Eggs seem to be a common American breakfast staple. So that's a great example to use for people. And then you actually, because the ghee doesn't absorb into the egg or into the pan, you can pour it on top of your egg at the end or on top of your toast. It's great for food service because it is shelf stable. Ghee keeps longer, of course, if it's kept in a cool, dry place with no light. Next slide, please.
Okay, this is some data that we got from the California Milker Advisory Board. The stats look good for the market in general. We're going to get some more data on market size, but we know that the market is up 56.2% dollars over the latest 52 weeks and up 52.7 units over that same period. Organic brands hold 59% dollar share of the ghee market and are up even more, 68.8% dollars of the 58.1 1% units over the last 52 weeks. Distribution has grown each year at 58%, higher for organic at 55 versus 47% for non-organic. But the interesting thing is that the price for organic is lower than the price for conventional. Companies like Fourth and Heart are not organic. They're getting their butter from New Zealand, and they're about a $15 million business, a big player in the space. Organic Valley is also a big player, but they have organic ghee. So um, lots of interesting market characteristics and competition. I think we're very well suited with the quality of our milk, our commitment to artisan and craft, and with the characteristics of the region. The Redwood Coast puts us, I think, in a much better place ingredients wise than any other place in the country, and we're getting better and better at telling that story. So excited to get this product out to the market and see what we can do.
Why the rise of healthy fats? In general, it's in regards to the concerns of wellness. Wellness concerns promote implementing healthy essential fats to optimize one's health. And that's a common idea and belief among younger generations today. Healthy fats are critical to the musculoskeletal, circulatory, nervous, digestive, and immune system. So basically every system in our body. Healthy fats are also anti-inflammatory. Healthy fats are very soothing to all the systems of our body, which are also aid in the anti-inflammatory. There's a relationship there, quality, because in healthy fats are able to soothe our digestive system, for example, soothe the lining of our intestines, and that in order helps to create less inflammation of our gut lining, for example, and it helps to promote health throughout our entire body. Same with our nervous system. Healthy fats soothe the nerve synapses and the ends, which help with the firing of the nerves, which help to soothe the entire nervous system. So that also helps to support a healthy immune system in our body. So you can see how important and crucial healthy fats are to our bodies. Next slide, please.
So let's talk about packaging, like how to package it, and is it shelf stable or where to store it, and what can be harmful for the ghee. So ghee is generally found to be packaged in airtight glass jars. They should be kept away from direct sunlight, as sunlight can cause moisture to build inside the jar. So in the ghee process, we are removing all the moisture from the ghee, and it's 99.9% fat. So our aim is to like when we are making ghee, our aim is to remove all the moisture from the ghee, because moisture can help the bacteria or any of the pathogens to grow in the ghee. So it's recommended, to keep the jars away from direct sunlight, which can cause moisture to build inside the jar. Moisture can cause deterioration to ghee quality as well as reduce its shelf life, to prevent the acceleration of oxidation process. So like with light and moisture, the oxidation of ghee process goes really faster, and it deteriorates the quality. So in that cases, it is recommended to store the ghee away from UV rays, especially sunlight or for fluorescent light. So it should be stored in a dark place away from light. That's really generally recommended. And if jar is unopened, it doesn't need to be refrigerated as long as previously mentioned conditions are met. So if jar is closed, it is unopened, it doesn't need to be refrigerated. So this is shelf stable product. It just needs to be kept away from light. That's like the basic requirement. And once open, they can be stored in kitchen cabinet for up to 6 months. Afterward, it may be left in refrigerator for up to a year. So it has a like really long shelf life because there is no food for bacteria or pathogens to grow. It's just 99.9% fat, and there's like it's really shelf stable. There's no cost in storing, so it's really a beneficial product for retail kind of business. Also, the refrigerator causes ghee to harden, but if it is left at the room temperature for a while, it will soften up again. So we can put that in refrigerator if we need like if you want to increase the shelf life even longer to years, like for 1 year or more than that, we can refrigerate it and it will solidify and then it will soften again when it comes to room temperature. Next slide, please.
Okay, this is our last slide here, just wrapping up the presentation a little bit more about the product itself. This is a mock-up that we had done by our design and branding company, Purely Righteous Brands. This is one of our first mock-ups. The product will look something like this, and we will have sales sheets and actual product specifications out here soon. This is more just an educational talking point about the Ghee product itself. But you can see very modern look to the packaging. That's the style that we are going for, and we're trying to cater to the CrossFit performance, healthy eating, millennials, and so we're targeting a late spring release. The next month or so here for a full commercial release of this product. And then we're producing it out of the Crescent City Creamery. And we currently in the one steam kettle can produce about 300 pounds per day. So we're very excited for the release of this. Along with this new Ghee product comes some other offshoots with Ghee base, being the coffee butter, or keto butter. Again, these names will all be finalized, and when we do a full launch, the company will be briefed on exact names, um, exact specifications, exact packaging. But we've been getting a lot of questions about the Ghee, and so we wanted to get this information out to the company and to the sales and marketing team so that you can be prepped on how to answer some of those questions. And no, the final rendering of the packaging won't have horns on the cow because we know, although some of the cows do have horns on the Alexander dairy, but anyways, that's beside the point. We really appreciate you all joining us here together for the presentation today. Really want to thank Kate Walker, the Ghee lady, for her time, and Vish. We got
Thanks.
a great team here,
Thank
along
you,
with,
Kevin. Thank you.
yeah, Joby and Junior in the factory, and we had a great time making the Ghee the other day, and excited for the commercialization process. So thank you both for your time today, and we look forward to the full launch. Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Let me just turn off the recording real quick.